So, you turn on the news or you scroll through your phone, and it feels like every other headline is designed to make you just a little bit more scared of the world, right? It's like breaking news, your couch might be plotting against you, but sometimes, behind the clickbait, there are real issues that deserve a closer, more thoughtful look. Today, we're counting down the most dangerous cities in America for 2025. Now, before you start barricading your doors, let's be clear. This isn't about fear-mongering. This is about understanding the complex realities that people in these communities face every single day. This list isn't something we just pulled out of a hat, like a magician who's really bad at his job. And for my next trick, statistics. No, this is based on a deep dive into recent crime statistics, FBI data, and independent studies that look at things like violent crime rates and property crime rates per capita. It's about the numbers, but it's also about the stories behind those numbers, because a statistic is just a person with the tears wiped off. We're going to look at the why, the social and economic factors that contribute to these challenges. And it's crucial to remember, a city is not a monolith. It's not just one single experience. While these cities are grappling with some very serious problems, they are also homes to millions of people. Vibrant communities, incredible cultures, and countless individuals and groups working tirelessly to build a better, safer future. So the goal here is not to paint these places with a single dark brush, but to have an honest conversation. We're aiming for an informative look, not a sensational one. We want to understand the full picture, the struggles and the resilience. Let's get into it. All right, let's start with number 1 on the list for 2025, Memphis, Tennessee. Now, when you think of Memphis, you probably think of Graceland, Beale Street, the birthplace of blues and rock and roll. It's a city with a soul that runs deeper than the Mississippi River. But underneath that incredible cultural richness, Memphis is facing a serious, persistent battle with violent crime. The numbers are stark, placing it at the top of the list. We're talking about some of the highest rates of homicide and aggravated assault in the entire nation, a reality that residents have been living with for years. It's a heavy title for a city that has given the world so much joy. So, the big question is, why? Why Memphis? Well, it's not one single thing you can point to. It's more like a perfect storm of systemic issues that have been brewing for decades. You have a significant economic decline that has hollowed out opportunities for a lot of people. When industries leave and jobs disappear, it creates a vacuum, and desperation often fills that space. This has led to pockets of deeply concentrated poverty, where generations of families feel trapped with very few pathways to get out. It's a cycle that's incredibly difficult to break, and it becomes a fertile ground for crime to take root and spread. Then you add the other layers to this very complicated cake. Gang activity is a major driver of violence in many neighborhoods. These aren't just street corner squabbles. We're talking about organized groups that contribute significantly to the city's high gun violence rates. And when you talk about guns, you have to talk about how accessible they are and how quickly disputes can escalate from a fistfight to a firefight. On top of all that, you have infrastructure gaps, underfunded schools, limited public services, and a sense of neglect in certain parts of the city. It all adds up to a feeling of hopelessness for many, especially the youth. But, and this is a really important but, that is not where the story of Memphis ends. Because for every challenge there is a counter-movement of hope. There are incredible community organizations on the ground, day in and day out, doing the hard work. Groups are mediating conflicts, providing mentorship to young people, creating job training programs, and trying to heal the very fabric of their neighborhoods. They are the heroes in this story, fighting an uphill battle with limited resources but unlimited heart. The challenge is immense, but the spirit of the people fighting to reclaim their city is just as powerful. Next up, we head north to a city that has become a symbol of American industrial might and later its decline and resilience, Detroit, Michigan. The Motor City. Coming in at number 3 on our list, Detroit is another place where the statistics paint a grim picture. We're looking at a violent crime rate of around 1,795 incidents per 100,000 people. That's a number that makes you pause. It means that for many residents, the threat of violence is not an abstract concept from a TV show. It's a tangible part of their environment, a constant worry that shapes their daily lives and decisions. It's a heavy burden for a city that's been fighting to get back on its feet for so long. The story of Detroit's struggles is well known, almost legendary at this point. The decline of the American auto industry hit this city like a sledgehammer. Decades of population loss followed, as hundreds of thousands of people left to find work elsewhere, leaving behind a shrinking tax base and vast, empty neighborhoods. This urban prairie, as some call it, created unique challenges for policing and public services. Unemployment, particularly for those without specialized skills, has been a persistent plague, creating a landscape where illegal activities can seem like the only viable option for survival for some. It's a classic case of economic devastation leading directly to social instability. But here's the thing about Detroit that you absolutely cannot miss. It is a city of profound contrasts. Talking about Detroit as one single dangerous place is completely misleading. You can be in one neighborhood grappling with blight and crime, and then drive 10 minutes away to find a bustling, vibrant area filled with art galleries, innovative restaurants, and a palpable energy of rebirth. Downtown and Midtown have seen a massive influx of investment and revitalization. The danger isn't spread evenly. It's concentrated in specific areas that have been historically disinvested and ignored for generations. And this is where the real story of modern Detroit lies. It's not just a story of crime, it's a story of revitalization and reinvention. Many parts of Detroit are not only safe, but are also incredibly culturally rich and exciting places to be. The resilience of Detroiters is legendary for a reason. They are fiercely proud of their city and are the driving force behind its comeback. From urban farms sprouting in vacant lots to a thriving music and arts scene, there's a powerful narrative of community-led change happening. So while the crime statistics are a real and serious problem, they don't define the entirety of this complex and fascinating American city. Let's travel to the East Coast to a city of harbors, row houses, and undeniable character. Baltimore, Maryland. Known as Charm City, Baltimore is a place with a deep history and a fierce personality. But it's also a city that consistently finds itself on lists like this one, and for good reason. Baltimore continues to struggle with one of the highest homicide rates among major U.S. cities. The violence is not random. It is a persistent, gnawing problem that disproportionately affects specific communities, creating a climate of fear and trauma that can span generations. It's a stark contrast to the city's charming nickname and beautiful waterfront. So what's fueling this crisis? A lot of it comes down to a toxic cocktail of deeply entrenched issues. Gun violence is at the heart of the problem, often linked to the robust and violent drug trade that has plagued the city for decades. This isn't just a plot line from The Wire, it's the lived reality in many neighborhoods. This is compounded by systemic poverty and staggering unemployment rates in certain zip codes. When you have entire communities where legitimate job opportunities are scarce and the school systems are struggling, it creates a pipeline into illicit economies where disputes are settled with violence, not words. It's a cycle of desperation that city leaders have been trying to break for years. The relationship between the community and the police is another critical piece of this puzzle. It's complicated, to say the least. Years of aggressive policing tactics and high-profile incidents of misconduct have created a deep well of mistrust in many black communities. When people don't trust the police to protect them or to deliver justice fairly, they are less likely to cooperate with investigations. This makes it incredibly difficult to solve crimes, which in turn emboldens criminals and perpetuates the cycle of violence. Rebuilding that trust is not just a PR campaign, it's one of the most fundamental challenges Baltimore faces in making its streets safer for everyone. Yet just like the other cities we've discussed, Baltimore is a city of dualities. It is not just its crime rate. You have world-class institutions like Johns Hopkins University, a thriving arts scene, and neighborhoods that are safe, beautiful, and full of history. And in the very communities most affected by violence, you have an army of grassroots activists, church leaders, and nonprofits working tirelessly. They are running after-school programs, providing addiction treatment, and mediating conflicts to stop violence before it starts. The city's leadership is also trying new strategies, focusing on community-based violence intervention programs. Baltimore's story is one of deep contrasts, of immense struggle and incredible strength, all existing side by side. For our final city, we're heading down to the capital of Arkansas, Little Rock. This is a city that might surprise some people to see on a list like this. It doesn't have the same national reputation for crime as a Detroit or a Baltimore, but the data tells a story that residents know all too well. Little Rock has been climbing the charts, landing at number 5 for 2025 due to alarmingly high rates of violent crime, particularly aggravated assaults, and a surge in shootings in recent years. For a city of its size, the level of violence has become a major crisis, shaking the community and prompting urgent calls for action from all corners. The drivers of crime in Little Rock share common themes with other cities, but with their own local texture. A significant factor is generational poverty that is concentrated in specific areas, particularly south and east of the city's dividing line, Interstate 630. This invisible wall often separates communities by race and economic status. In these underserved neighborhoods, access to good jobs, quality education, and even basic resources like grocery stores can be severely limited. When young people grow up seeing very few paths to success, the allure of street life and the conflicts that come with it can become a powerful and destructive force. This social and economic disenfranchisement fuels a lot of the violence. It's not just about random acts, it's often about disputes that escalate tragically, fueled by the easy availability of firearms and a lack of effective conflict resolution skills. The city has seen a heartbreaking increase in youth involvement in violent crime, both as victims and as perpetrators. This points to a deeper societal breakdown, where the systems meant to support and nurture young people are failing them. It's a complex problem that can't be solved simply by adding more police patrols. It requires a much deeper investment in people and communities. But Little Rock is at a crossroads, and there is a determined effort to choose a better path. The city is not standing still. There are ongoing revitalization projects aimed at breathing new life into struggling commercial corridors and creating jobs. Community leaders are pushing for more investment in youth programs, mentorship, and violence interruption initiatives that have proven successful elsewhere. And it's important to note, like our other cities, that much of Little Rock is safe, with beautiful parks, thriving neighborhoods, and a strong sense of community. The challenge is to extend that safety and opportunity to every single resident, no matter which side of the interstate they call home. So we've journeyed through Memphis, Detroit, Baltimore, and Little Rock. And after looking at all the data and the difficult realities, it would be easy to just feel discouraged, to write these places off as dangerous and move on. But that's not the point. While these cities face real, measurable, and serious challenges with crime, it's so important to remember that danger isn't the whole story. It's not even close. These are not statistics. They are communities. They are millions of people living their lives filled with culture, history, and a powerful, undeniable resilience. The numbers tell us where the problems are, but the people tell us where the hope is. In every one of these cities, there are vibrant communities and ongoing, heroic efforts to create positive change. It's the teacher staying late to help a student, the nonprofit worker mediating a gang truce, the neighbor starting a community garden on a vacant lot. This is the work that doesn't always make the national headlines, but it's the work that truly rebuilds a city from the inside out. So, I encourage you to look beyond the sensational headlines. If you can, support the local initiatives and grassroots organizations that are on the front lines of this fight. Thank you for watching and for taking the time to look at this complex issue with nuance and an open mind. These conversations aren't always comfortable, but they are necessary. We'd love to hear your perspective. If you live in or have experiences with any of these cities, share your thoughts in the comments below. What does the story look like from your point of view? What gives you hope? Let's continue the conversation there. And as always, take care of yourselves and each other.